Narad Muni. And so he is inspiring Vyasadeva to emphasize on bhakti rather than any other form of yoga. So we'll take the next verse, the 20th verse. Okay, अभी तक किसी का कोई प्रश्न या कोई डाउट है तो पूछिए. And these 3 verses we see how bhakti is giving permanent result, how bhakti is eternal, how the benefit of bhakti can never be destroyed.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
बोलिए.
Prabhuji, in this verse, Ajamila can be example, Prabhuji, because he also got distracted, and again, by the mercy of Lord, he again came back to.
Of course. Manoram Prabhu gave 3 examples yesterday. What were the 3 examples? One of them was Ajamil. What were the other 2 examples he gave?
Prabhuji, Bharat Maharaj and Chitraketu.
Yes. Yeah. And of course, also of Ajamil. Okay. So let's move forward. Verse number 20. So what Vyasadeva has to do after establishing the superiority of bhakti, the glorious position of bhakti, Narad Muni is now giving the instruction. The chapter is the instruction to Śrī Narad Muni by Narad Muni. So this is the instruction. Idaṁ hi viśvaṁ bhagavān ivetaro yato jagat-sthāna-nirodha-sambhavāḥ tadhi svayaṁ ved bhavāṁs tathāpi te prādeśa-mātraṁ bhavataḥ pradarśitam prādeśa-mātraṁ bhavataḥ pradarśitam. So Narad Muni says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is himself this cosmos. Idaṁ hi viśvaṁ. Viśvaṁ in this manifested creation of this world. Bhagavān ivetaro. The Supreme Personality, the Supreme Lord, Personality of Godhead is himself this cosmos. That is called the Vishwarupa. Still, he is aloof from it. Yato jagat-sthāna-nirodha-sambhavāḥ. Itara. The word itara means that it is different from him. Although the world, this cosmic creation, is his own manifestation, but still he is different or aloof from it. From him only has this cosmic manifestation emanated. Clear? Where does Krishna says, yato jagat-sthāna-nirodha-sambhavāḥ. Where is this jagat or this sthana manifesting, or it is being created, maintained, or annihilated? Sambhava is creation, nirodha is annihilation, and sthana is existing. So yato jagat-sthāna-nirodha-sambhavāḥ. From whom this cosmic manifestation is created, maintained, and annihilated. And further he says that in him it rests, and unto him it enters after annihilation. That is the part of creation, maintenance, and destruction. What is the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam? Does it not explain the same principle? What is the first verse? Where is it mentioned in the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam? The invocation verse. Ashil Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadi asya yato. Janmadi asya yato, Prabhuji. From beginning and creation.
From Janmadi asya yato itarastha charteshu. From him only. So this world is manifested because of him, it rests in him, and it is created, maintained, and after annihilation, it merges in him. And he says that your good self knows all about this. Tadhi swayam ved bhavāṁs tathāpi te. Bhavāṁ means you, your good self. Where is the word bhavān used in Bhagavad Gita? Anyone remembers? Who speaks? Duryodhana speaks. Bhavan. Bhavan bhishmascha karnascha. Bhavan means you. So, Nal Muni is saying that you know all this. You have knowledge of all this. And what I am doing is prādeśa-mātraṁ. Pradesh-mātraṁ means I am just giving you a short synopsis. And what you do? Bhavataḥ pradarśitam. You kindly explain it in detail. So I am giving you the synopsis, but what you have to do? You have to explain. So far what was mentioned was the glories of bhakti. Now what Narad Muni is giving is the glory of the Supreme Lord. Which Gyan is this? What Gyan is this? What is this knowledge classified as? Why only Dayashil has to answer? What about the others? You have not studied Bhagavad Gita. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna establishes this principle very clearly what Narad Muni is giving here. Which section, which verses? That this world is created out of me. Everything rests in me. I am the cause of creation, annihilation, and maintenance. Yet I am aloof from it. What verse is that? What Krishna has already given this principle in Bhagavad Gita. Bataiye. Where Krishna is mentioning? You studied Bhagavad Gita, na? No one? You are posing as if I am asking something new. There is nothing new. Yes, Ravindra Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
Yes,
it
Priyanka,
is in 9th chapter.
very good.
Raja
It is
Vidya,
in...
Raja Guhyam.
Huh?
Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. This is most confidential knowledge.
Yes. So what knowledge Krishna is giving, revealing in the 9th chapter? Which Gyan?
The most
This is
confidential
the
knowledge.
Aishwarya. 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 The Aishwarya, the powers of the Supreme. Now, what is the power of the Supreme? That everything comes from him. In the Bhakti section, Krishna is giving the Aishwarya Gyan. And also Krishna is giving the Madhurya Gyan. So Madhurya Gyan already discussed that what is the sweet relationship of the Lord with his devotee? What is the sweet relationship of the Lord with his devotee? That the Lord never abandons his devotee. And the devotee is never perished. That is the sweetness. But also important is the Aishwarya. Aishwarya Gyan of the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada said that the Americans say that in God we trust. But they do not know who the Supreme Lord is, who is God, and what is his position. So what is the point in saying in God we trust, when they do not know who the Supreme Lord is and what is his power, what is his position. So that position is to be clarified to foolish people. And where is the verse in the 9th chapter which says that Krishna is the cause, he is the resting place, from he everything emanates, but he is aloof from it. I have told you everything. I have given you the full translation of the verse. The same verse. Yes, Pradeep Prabhu.
मया दक्षेण प्रकृति सूयते च चराचरं हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगति परिवर्तते.
That is only one aspect. That this cosmic manifestation is working under my direction. Maya dakshena prakriti. But Krishna, here, see, you did the translation of this verse. What is the translation of this verse? Krishna is not talking about that superintendence. What is he speaking? Read. Can you read?
Yes, Prabhu. The
Read.
Supreme Personality of Godhead is himself this cosmos, and still he is aloof from it.
No.
From him only has this cosmic manifestation emanated. In him it rests, and unto him it enters after annihilation. Your good
Okay.
self.
Wait. Okay. So this Krishna has already given this principle in Bhagavad Gita. The same principle, exactly the same. Same verse is there. Yes, Pranav.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी मस्तानि सर्वाणि भूतानि नहम तेषु अवस्थितः मत्स्थानि सर्वाणि भूतानि.
No, it is not clear. Which verse number is this? अभी बचा क्या? बता ही दिया है. हाँ? बोलो. Which verse number is this? You don't have Bhagavad Gita with you? Have you heard of His Holiness Prahlādanand Maharaj? I have mentioned few times about Maharaj. Maharaj has such sharp memory. His memory retains entire Prabhupada's books. And whenever I go to attend his Srimad Bhagavatam class, I take my Bhagavad Gita copy with me. Because Maharaj reveals so many Bhagavad Gita principles when he's taking the class, whatever shloka may be there. Which verse is this? Clearly, batao Pranav Prabhu. Jaldi batao. At that time will be over. I've started late. This is verse number 4 of 9th chapter. So many times I have explained. Maya tadam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina matsthani sarva bhutani nachaham teshu avastita. Show this verse, Manoram Prabhu, 9.4 and 9.5. देवाशीष तुम्हारा कैमरा काम नहीं करता क्या? या उधर लाइट नहीं है? क्या समस्या है? क्या समस्या बोलो?
कैमरा में थोड़ा
तुम कल दूसरा नया फोन ले लो, समझ गए? पढ़िए इसका ट्रांसलेशन पढ़िए. कम डाउन. How this world is manifested? By me in my unmanifest form. What is unmanifest form? नहीं, ये तो पता है भाई. बोलो. What is the unmanifest form of the Supreme Lord? The entire universe is pervaded. What is the unmanifest form called? We have studied all this. Yes, Ramya.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी प्रधान.
Brahman. Pradhan is this is not the Supreme Lord's form, no? That is the material nature's form, which is unmanifest, is called Pradhan. But the Supreme Lord in his unmanifest. What are the three? Vedanti tat vidas tattvam yad jnanam avyayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdate. That Supreme Absolute Truth is manifest at 3 levels. What is it? Brahmeti. Brahmeti is what? It is impersonal. Isn't it? It is unmanifest. It is not manifesting the form. So that is the unmanifest form. And Brahman pervades the entire cosmic creation. So all beings are in me, but I am not in them. Go to the next verse, it will become more clearer. Next verse of the same chapter, 9.5. Then he further says, Nacha matsthani, yeah, here it is. Nacha matsthani bhutani pashyame yogeshwaryam. Bhuta binna cha bhutasto mamatma bhuta bhavana. Show the translation. And Krishna says, yet everything that is created does not rest in me. First he is saying everything rests in me. But he is saying everything created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation, for myself is the very source of creation. So how Krishna says that although everything rests in him, but he is not in it. Why? Because Krishna is not dependent. Krishna is aloof. This is what is being spoken. So, okay, stop this word, share. So, we'll come back. So, this Aishwarya Gyan, this is called Achinta Bheda Bhed Tattva. The oneness and the difference. What is the oneness? That this material creation and is the energy of the Lord. Which energy is it? The inferior energy. So, Shakti Matayor Abheda. There is oneness or no difference between the energetic and the energy at one level. So they are Abhed. Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. Like we said that there is no difference between the holy name. What is holy name? It is also the energy of the Lord. Abhinnatvam Nama Namina. So there is oneness. But simultaneously there is difference also. So this principle of Achinta Bheda Bhedtar, this glorious position of the Supreme Lord, this Aishwarya Gyan of the Supreme Lord, what Narad Muni is saying, that I have indicated to you, and you yourself are what? You are the literary incarnation. You already know this. Tadhi swayam veda bhavāṁs tathāpi. You already know this. You have already realized this. So what you have to do? Prādeśa-mātraṁ bhavataḥ pradarśitam. As I have indicated to you, I have given you a drop. And what you have to do? You have to expand the drop to become an ocean. That is why our acharyas have given, Śrī Rupa Goswami has given, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. When we will come to Chaitanya Charitamrita, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that there is no limit to the ocean of bhakti. And what I am giving you a drop of it. I am giving you a bindu. And from bindu, what you do? You create and expand a sindhu. So Rupa Goswami did that. He expanded that bindu made it into Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So similarly, Śrīla Nārada Muni is giving the instruction that I have given you the glories of bhakti and I have given you the super excellent powers, the Aishwarya Gyan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now what is your duty? That you elaborate it, you expand it, you explain it, so that it can give benefit to people in general, particularly to the people, those who are coming in the age of Kali. Okay. So now we'll go forward in the purport. For a pure devotee, the conception of Mukunda, Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, is both personal and impersonal. Very important. The impersonal cosmic creation is also Mukunda because it is the emanation of the energy of Mukunda. This is a very important principle. The non-difference between the energy and the energetic. Shakti Matayor Abheda. For example, a tree is a complete unit whereas the leaves and the branches of the tree are emanated parts and parcels of the tree. The leaves and branches of the tree are also the tree, but the tree itself is neither the leaf nor the branch. Prabhupada gives such a simple example to illustrate this, between the difference between the tree and its branches and leaves. So I don't have to explain it. You can very well receive it. The Vedic version that the whole cosmic creation is nothing but the Brahman means that since everything is emanating from the Supreme Brahman, nothing is apart from him. What is the verse? Bhagavad Gita. That everything is emanating from the Supreme Brahman, nothing is apart from him. Which verse is this? This is the Bij verse, the foundation verse. Essential verse of Bhagavad Gita. इतना टाइम क्यों लग रहा है? भगवद गीता आती नहीं है इसका मतलब. पुरुषोत्तम बोलो कौन सा श्लोक है ये?
So it is like that. Aham bij.
No, no, that is different. This is a very clear verse. Manoram Prabhu, which verse is this? That the whole cosmic creation is, everything is emanating from the Supreme Brahman. कुछ नहीं आता है.
Prabhuji, is this matta parataram nannat kinchit?
That is nothing superior to me. But where is that everything is emanating from me? Krishna is specifically speaking. Pradeep, what Bhagavad Gita study you have done? I am asking you, Pradeep.
Prabhuji, not remember.
What nonsense. And then you don't know anything. Yes, Dayashil?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Brahmano hi pratishtha aham Prabhuji.
No. That is also there. Brahmano hi pratishtha is there. Amritasya avyavasya. But here, aham sarvasya prabhavo, matta sarvam pravartate. This is a basic verse. It's Chatur Shloki Gita. Is Krishna not saying that everything emanates from me? Either in the material creation or in the spiritual creation? Aham sarvasya prabhavo, matta sarvam pravartate. Please study. Have you not heard this verse? This is the Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita. So everything is emanating from the Supreme Brahman, nothing is apart from him. Similarly, the part and parcel, hands and legs are called the body. But the body as a whole is neither the hands nor the legs. Prabhupada is giving so many examples to make this understand. That what is the difference and where is the oneness. Both together, oneness and difference together. It's called bheda bhed. The Lord is the transcendental form of eternity, cognition and beauty. Very beautiful. This is another way. Satchidanand is eternity, Sat, Chit is cognition, and Anand is beauty. And thus the creation of the energy of the Lord appears to be partially eternal, full of knowledge, and beautiful also. The captivated conditioned souls under the influence of external energy Maya are therefore entrapped in the network of the material nature. They accept this as all in all. What is the example? They accept this as all in all. From this purport only we have to explain. Like someone accepts the leaf to be the tree. Is the leaf all in all? Or is the branch all in all? Or is the hand and leg all in all? No. for they have no information of the Lord, who is the primeval cause. Nor have they information that the parts and the parcels of the body, which are detached from the whole body, are no longer the same hands or legs as one attached to the body. Similarly, a godless civilization detached from the transcendental loving service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is just like a detached hand or leg. Very important. One who is detached from transcendental loving service is like a detached hand or leg. Such parts and parcels may appear like hands and legs, but they have no efficiency. The devotee of the Lord Śrīla Vyāsadeva knows this very well. He is further advised by Śrīla Nārada to expand the idea so that the entrapped conditioned souls may take lessons from him to understand the Supreme Lord as the primeval cause. First verse, that Krishna is Janmadiyasya yataha itarastha chartheshu abhigna swaratam. According to the Vedic version, the Lord is naturally full powerful, and thus his supreme energies are always perfect and identical with him. The spiritual and the material skies and their paraphernalia are emanations of the internal and external energies of the Lord respectively. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. The external energy is comparatively inferior, whereas the internal potency is superior. The superior energy is having force, and therefore she is completely identical with the Lord, but the external energy, being inert, is partially identical. Very beautiful purport. But neither energy is equal to or greater than the Lord, who is the generator of all energies. And such energies are always under his control, exactly as electrical energy. However powerful it may be, it is always under the control of the engineer. So graphically Prabhupada is explaining. The human being and all other living beings are products of these internal energies. Thus the living being is also identical with the Lord. But he is never equal or superior to the personality of Godhead. The Lord and the living beings are all individual persons. With the help of the material energy, the living beings are also creating something. But none of their creation are equal or superior to the creations of the Lord. The human beings may create a small playful Sputnik and may throw it into outer space. But that does not mean that he can create a planet like Earth or Moon that floats it in the air, as the Lord does. So how this entire universe, this planet Earth, is floating, it is rotating in its axis. So how magnificent it is, how it is in its orbit, how everything is in order, how everything is in perfect harmony. So that if it is everything is in perfect harmony, it is completely under control. So who is the controller? Prabhupada is explaining. It is the person who is behind, like the engineer who is behind. Men with poor fund of knowledge claim to be equal to God, but they are never equal to Lord. This is never to be. The human beings, after attaining complete perfection, may achieve a large percentage of the qualities of the Lord, say up to 78%. 78% is how many qualities? 78% translates into how many qualities? So many times we have discussed. ये भी नहीं आता क्या? बोलो प्रणव. 78% translate into how many? How many gunas or the qualities?
I assume it is 54, maybe like that.
It is completely bogus. Where have you got 54?
64 is 100%.
Yeah. So how much is 78% of 64? It is 54. Yes, Priyanka?
50 qualities.
50. And who is the person who exhibits this percentage?
Brahma.
Brahmadev. Simple. Mataji's memory is much better. Because there is no garbage inside our memory. For man, there is so much nonsense of this material world which is inside. So they cannot remember. 78% is 50 transcendental attributes. That is the maximum where the jiva can attain. And the perfection is in the form of Brahmaji. With that is why he gets the post of engineer-in-chief. So Prabhupada is saying the human being, after attaining complete perfection, may achieve a large percentage of the qualities of the Lord, say up to 78%. But it is never possible to surpass the Lord or become equal to him. What is the name of the Supreme Lord? There is one more name. Prabhupada mentions in the same Chaturshloki Gita. What is the word for the Supreme Lord? That no one is greater than him or no one is equal to him. Come on. बोलो पुरुषोत्तम.
नहीं याद है प्रभु.
कुछ नहीं याद है. कहाँ याद क्या है? भगवान और भगवान से संबंधित ऐश्वर्य और माधुर्य ज्ञान थोड़ी याद है. इस संसार का जो कचरा है वो सब भरा हुआ है हृदय में. कहाँ से याद होगा? बोलो प्रणव.
असमा उद्धव.
Yeah. No one is equal to him is asama. And no one is higher to him is no one is urdhava. पढ़ा नहीं है आपने? पढ़ा है ही कहाँ? अपने आप तो कभी पढ़ेंगे नहीं. Is asam urdhava. Neither no one is equal to him and there is no question of anyone being higher than him. But it is never possible to surpass the Lord or become equal with him. In a diseased condition only, the foolish beings claim to be one with the Lord and thus become misled by the illusionary energy. The misguided living beings thereafter must accept the supremacy of the Lord and agree to render loving service to him. Very important Aishwarya Gyan, because unless and until Aishwarya Gyan is there is no question of submission or service. Unless and until we accept, if Prime Minister says anything or he gives any change in the rule, everyone in the country follows. Why? Because everyone is clear that he is the Prime Minister or the President. If one does not follow, one will be punished. So here Prabhupada is saying that it is only the foolish people that they do not accept the supremacy of the Lord. So what is important? That you please establish the supremacy of the Lord first. So that once they accept the supremacy of the Lord, they can agree to render loving devotional service to him. For this they have been created. Without this, there cannot be any peace or tranquility in the world. Śrīla Vyāsadeva is advised by Śrīla Nārada to expand this idea in the Bhagavatam. This is the origin of Bhagavatam. This is what is the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam. In the Bhagavad Gita also the same idea is explained. Surrender fully unto the lotus feet of Lord. That is the only business of the perfect human being. Imperfect human being has many other business. He has every other business other than this business of submission, surrender and service. I'll take quickly the next verse also. Tvam atmana atmanam eva hi amogadre parasya pumsha paramatmana atmana kalam ajam prajatam jagata shivasyatan mahanubhava abhayudya adhikayantam. Your goodness has perfect vision. Who is speaking? Narad Muni is speaking to Vyasadeva. Your goodness has perfect vision. Amogdrik. Amogdrik means spotless. You yourself can know the super soul personality of Godhead because you are present as the plenary portion of the Lord. Although you are birthless, so this is the way is glorifying. Narada is glorifying Vyasadeva. Although you are birthless, you have appeared on this earth for the well-being of the people. Please therefore describe the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Śrī Kṛṣṇa, more vividly. Shivasya tat mahanubhava abhiyudaya adhiganyatam. That you please explain the glories and the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead more vividly, more elaborately. Śrīla Vyāsadeva is the empowered plenary portion, incarnation of the personality of Godhead, Śrī Kṛṣṇa. Which avatar is he? He is the Shakti Avesh avatar. He is the Sahityak avatar, literary incarnation. He descended by his causeless mercy to deliver the fallen souls in this material world. The fallen and forgetful souls are detached from the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So how do we know that the person is forgetful or a person is fallen and he does not perform loving devotional service? Simple. One is not performing loving devotional service, to that extent one is fallen. How one can say one is elevated or one is connected? To the extent he is fixed in his devotional service. The living entities are parts and parcels of the Lord, and they are eternally servitors of the Lord. All the Vedic literature therefore are put into systematic order for the benefit of the fallen soul, and it is a duty of the fallen soul to take advantage of such literature and be freed from the bondage of material existence. Although formally Śrī Nārada Rishi is his spiritual master, Śrīla Vyāsadeva is not at all dependent on a spiritual master, because in essence, he is the spiritual master of everyone. He is Vyas. Vyas means that he is the spiritual master of everyone. Even though he be God himself, Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, Lord Śrī Ram and Lord Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all incarnations of Godhead accepted formal spiritual masters. Although by their transcendental nature, they were cognizant of all knowledge, in order to direct people in general to the lotus feet of Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, he himself in the incarnation of Vyasadeva is delineating the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Very beautiful verse will come in the next verse. Very, very beautiful verse. Idaṁ hi pumsa tapasa shutasya. We will discuss this tomorrow. So this is the inspiration and the instruction both being given by Śrī Nārada Muni. This is the foundation, or this is the basis. This is the root of the origin of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, where is it coming? It is coming from the instruction of the spiritual master, Nārada Muni, who is the incarnation of Bhakti Shakti. So without the instruction and inspiration of spiritual master, even the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he finds himself incapable. So that is why Prabhupada writes all the three incarnations of Lord Rama, Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, and even Lord Chaitanya. Everyone accepted the spiritual master, and here also we see in this episode, without the mercy and the instruction of the spiritual master, in this material world, no one can achieve anything. What to speak of perfection? So it is imperative. That is tasmad gurum prapadyate jigyasu shreya uttama. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. If there is any question or discussion, puche. Without discussion, these principles will not go in. It will remain in the book. Yes, Darshil bro.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, as you told that unless and until one knows the supremacy of the Lord, then he will not render service to the Supreme Lord. So when we are reluctant to do service, it means that we do not accept the supremacy of the Lord. as you
Of course.
gave a very good example that like in the state also, if a prime minister or president does some rules, we are forced to follow. But
Yeah.
we know that the principle Lord has given, but still we don't fear Lord.
Because the knowledge is still theoretical. It has not been realized. Realization we are lacking. Information we might have, but realization we don't have. Why? How? Because again and again our mind is making us assume that we are the enjoyers. We are the proprietors. So why should I serve? I should be served. This material world is created for my enjoyment. That is what the verse was in the 19th verse. That what the Supreme Lord has to do. He has to chastise such a devotee who is not able to transform himself. So he has to forcibly transform that person. So very simple. If we become obedient, then it is automatic. If we remain disobedient, then there is this other route, Tadan. Tadan, you understand? Transformation by giving some chastisement or punishment. If a son is obedient, then the father does not have to put any force. He lovingly gives it. But if the son is disobedient and is always disagreeing, then he has to have some stick. Choice is ours. Now, what kind of consciousness we have? You know the consciousness of an ass. What he gets from his owner? He gets the stick. He gets the beating again and again. And again he commits the same mistake. Foolish. That is why we should pray. Should pray to the Lord. How foolish I am. Shakti buddhi hina ami ati dina. But when this prayer will come, when this knowledge will go in, when this knowledge will sink in the heart, when this knowledge will sink in the heart, when the heart becomes pure. Impure heart will think, I am the enjoyer, I am the controller, I am the proprietor. Why I have to listen to anyone else? Everyone else has to listen to me. That is what a demon is. That is what asura is. See, Vyasadeva is not arguing. Did Vyasadeva argue in such a long discussion we are seeing? He is just hearing. How he is able to hear? Because he is accepting, he is acknowledging. So in our case, our mind, our heart is still having such notions or having such conceptions that still Krishna may be there. Krishna is there. But I am also there. I am also Ishvara. Ishvaroham aham bhogi. Why should I leave my enjoyment? To continue. Hare Krishna. Okay, I'll stop here. So this is very important section. Very, very important section. What is the basis of Srimad Bhagavatam is to reform this tendency of this enjoying mentality. This is the sole purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita or any transcendental literature. Both to equip him with knowledge, with the Aishwarya Gyan, and also to give him the taste, the transcendental taste of Lord's sweetness, which is Madhurya. So both together, Aishwarya and Madhurya. If one is trained in both, then his life is successful. Then he will not fall in the trap of the illusionary energy. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai.